Hello, everyone. This is the Concord Athletics Senior Spotlight. My name is Wes McKinney, and today we break into double digits for the fall 2020 semester. The 10th episode is volleyball's Lindsay Maddox. Lindsay, so great you could stop by for some time today.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, so let's talk about your journey to Concord out of nearby Lynchburg, Virginia, about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Lynchburg, Amherst, Virginia. Just kind of talk about the recruiting process and what went into that, and then you ultimately sign in April of 2017.
Yeah, so it was actually a really long, difficult process finding the right school for me. Um, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted. I knew I didn't want to be too far from home and that I wanted to play volleyball. So when I researched schools, Concord kept popping up. And so I finally thought, let me look into it. Emailed coach, and she came and watched me play and came and toured the school, and I knew then. So here I am now.
Yeah, what other schools were involved? You talk about being a lengthy process. You weren't real sure about everything, but what other schools were involved then?
I mean, there were a few other options, but they weren't necessarily what I wanted. Some were like walk-on positions with like D1 schools, like smaller D1 schools. And I knew I wouldn't really play a whole lot, or bigger like D3 schools, which I wanted to try and play, like have a higher level of play. So, I mean, there wasn't really necessarily other schools that stuck out to me, just a lot of schools that I toured, and Concord I found was the fit for me. So,
You're now teammates with Kirsty Pouncey. You're really good friends with her. She was in that same recruiting class back in 2017. I know you guys know each other from your high school days. So how much easier did it make to sign with Concord based on the fact that you knew Kirsty was coming here as well?
so we have played together for we always joke, I don't, it's like 8 years now or something,
Sure.
but um, we were never super close like we are now. And we honestly didn't really know we were both talking to Concord. So it was kind of funny when she told me she had been emailing her. And then I was like, oh, I'm talking to them too. Like, we had no idea. And then we started messaging about it. And yeah, knowing that she was going to sign here, it was comforting because I'm definitely a homebody. So it
hmm
was nice to know that someone would be here with me. So that was cool.
You come in as a freshman, you get to play right away. That was the year that Aaron Shannon had taken off. So you come in as a freshman, you play right away, 576 digs. Your first year here at Concord, you make the All MEC freshman team. But I want to ask you, Lindsay, what kind of adjustments did you have to make? What was the differences, between the high school game and the college game? And, you talk about, like you're still fairly close to home, but it's still, about 2.5 hours from Athens there to suburban Lynchburg. So what was that adjustment like?
Yeah, so it was definitely hard. Being a homebody, I started getting homesick, so that just played a role in, I think, my mental game a lot. But starting to play, the game was a lot faster, so that was difficult to pick up on. But I think with the teammates and coaches and everything, I handled that okay. So yeah, that was kind of difficult. It was a hard transformation. High school is just a lot slower, and then the mental game and quicker pace of the game. It was definitely a big transformation.
But I'm sure it had to be comforting the fact you mentioned Kirsty, and then as a freshman and sophomore, a lot of talent here for the Mountain Lions. It was Casey Mandeville senior year in 2017. Brooke Heck was here. Lexi Prankus was still here. Ellie Lawrence was still here. So that with those girls, the talent they possessed, and then obviously the leadership as well, did that kind of make things easier as well?
Yeah, much easier. I think we've always had a lot of talent in on the team, and having those girls there to help lead me and kind of show me the way. Yeah, I think that definitely helped a lot.
41 digs your freshman year in a match against Lock Haven. It went 5 sets with the Bald Eagles. But was that kind of a moment? I think maybe that was the second weekend of of play for you guys in the fall of 2017. But 41 digs in 5 sets is a whole lot of digs. So is that kind of a moment when you realized that, hey, maybe this isn't as hard as maybe I thought it was?
Yeah, I definitely questioned, coming into college, you don't expect to play, or at least start right away. And that was preseason, like you said, that was very early on. Um, so I kind of questioned, I'm like, do I deserve to be out here? Like, I'm a freshman. So, but I think that I really did prove myself there. And after I realized, like, oh, wow, I can do this, I can hang in with them, that really helped my confidence a lot. So yeah, that was good.
Yeah, let's look at the 2019 season. Skip ahead here a little bit. I mentioned the talent before and the leadership of those other players, but now in 2019, you're all of a sudden a junior. You've played in, over 250 or sets at that point, I'd say, or at least over 200. And now you become more of a leader. Did you kind of maybe have higher expectations heading into that 2019 season?
Yeah, I definitely did. I knew obviously Aaron was still there, and we've always battled back and forth, a lot of talent between the two of us. But I realized I've played my whole freshman year. I battled with her my sophomore year, and junior year I came in, with my head high. You never knew who was going to play what day, but I just realized I've got to play as hard as I can each day and step up and try and be a leader on the team. And yeah, so I did have a lot more confidence coming in last year.
Set a new single game career high in digs. I mentioned the 41 against Lock Haven as a freshman last year. End of October, you go for 42 digs. Concord comes back from a 2-0 deficit against Frostburg as you guys defeat the Bobcats there on the road. I know the game of volleyball is so fast, you're not really thinking about how many digs, how many kills, whatever you might have, but in the back of your mind, did you kind of realize that Frostburg game was probably going to be one of your better games as it was going on?
I didn't really realize it was going to be one of my career records, but I did notice, we're playing a lot of sets here. There's a lot of rallies, balls going back and forth. But no, during the game, I really didn't realize it was going to be that high until after, and I heard. So that was really, I was very shocked to hear that, but awesome news after the game. So
yeah, we talk about your single game performances. How about a career milestone for you, Lindsay? Last October 8th in 2019, you go over 1,000 career digs. You're now over 1,200 for your career at 1,226. I know when you first come into college, you have goals you want to obtain. I'm sure that making the all-freshman team back in 2017 was one of them. But now 1,000 digs, was that something that you thought you could obtain from day one here at Concord?
I realized that my freshman year, once I knew I was starting and playing every game, I knew that I would have a lot of goals that I could make just because I got to start right away, and bring those numbers up. But that wasn't really something I knew coming into Concord I would be able to do because, you need a lot of playing time for that. But once I did realize I would get that playing time, I was going to work for it every day for each game. So, yeah, that was one of my goals once I realized I knew it was something I could make.
Last thing here for you, Lindsay, and we'll get you out on this one. Obviously, everything's been canceled here in the fall, pushed to the spring, but I know that you and your seniors, Kirsty being one, and then Kenzie Coulter being the other one, you guys are going to look to stay around for a fifth year now. With everything being canceled in the fall of 21, Lindsay, how do you guys adjust for the spring season and into the fall of 2021?
This year has been really crazy, a lot different than anything we've ever known, but I think it's going to help bring a lot of focus and a lot of motivation. We've missed a whole season, and that's hard to do. You want to come back and you want to get back on track and you want to do the best you can. So I think coming back in next year, we're just going to be all very motivated and ready to play. So I hope that'll keep us focused and ready to go.
Lindsay, appreciate the time here today, and we look forward to you and the rest of the ladies being out on the volleyball court here, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.